missionary work. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of awesome and great things here that they can't say nothing. This dude doing a whole lot more than cats that are employed there right now on a team. So
I know, and it is kind of sad, but I put it like this. I'll look at the other side as well. And this was actually a discussion because, okay, NFL, they don't have guaranteed contracts. And honestly, the majority of the NFL players came from nothing. And what's the fear of someone who came from nothing and got something is going back to having nothing? So a lot of these guys are afraid to say something. But what happened to Colin is showing why these guys are afraid to do something or say anything.
That's right. He wasn't afraid to stand up and say something without fear. I wonder if their family got some money or something. You know what I'm saying? That's a good question.
Either that or he saved up well. I mean,
he always saved up well. That's true. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, to me, that's my whole thing. I get a contract and you give me $1 million. You give me the league minimum, man. I'm gonna make it do what it do.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I asked a question earlier. I ain't gonna not to switch gears, but we can go back to it. But it was just for illustration purposes. I asked a question like, a la Conor McGregor, would you take $100 million plus to take a potential loss? People are like, yeah, go ahead there, knock me out. That's cool. I'll take $100 million.
It makes sense to me. It make a whole lot of sense to me. That's crazy, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on the bench. I'll be whatever, man. I don't know if I'm getting it. Well, I'm about to say I ain't getting in the ring with Mike Tyson, but whatever.
Nah.
I ain't getting in there. You know what I'm saying? You might die in the ring with Mike Tyson. I might get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Although it's going to hurt. It ain't going to hurt like, Mike Tyson hurt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Floyd's not a real big guy, though, but, he's still a boxer, so, I mean.
Right.
But
they're going to put them paws on you.
Yeah. But, I mean, I just find the NFL real hypocritical is because, Roethlisberger is still in the NFL and nobody cared about him being on the team, but they did get mad when they signed Michael Vick to a 1-year deal.
Yep.
How long did it take for them to get Josh Brown off the Giants because he was just beating up on his wife just because? Okay. Like we said, Ryan Mallett got kicked off of a team, didn't make a game because he was high on cocaine, but he's now a backup with another team. The guy who Colin Kaepernick replaced in the middle of the season was one of the first ones to get signed. I mean, the list goes on.
That's true. Yeah. Out of control, man. I mean, they are really slapping this dude, man. They are slapping him heavy, man, for real. So, I mean, people say, what do we do here? A lot of people saying, we're going to boycott the NFL. We ain't going to watch these games. I said with me, I'm going to first say my stance, and you can let me know yours. I would love to support the same thing, but I done put a whole lot of money on these season tickets this year for the Falcons. And I'm a PSL owner, man, so I put thousands and thousands and thousands. I'm going to put all that on it. You know what I'm saying? So I got to go. I'm sorry. I do it. I'll lend my support in another way, but I got to go to the game. I'm sorry. I just got to go. What about yourself?
Here's what I say on boycotting. I like the idea. The idea is great, but I look at it almost the same as when people say boycott Christmas. And here's the problem with people is that, yes, once I take something away, I have to replace it with something of equal value. So if you tell people to boycott the NFL this year, okay, cool, what am I going to do in the meantime? This is how some people, they're not looking at it in the way of activism. It's like, oh, you just want me to boycott the NFL? Okay, that's cool. I mean, first of all, also, the NFL is not going to miss your money, really. Not really. I'm just saying, let's just be honest there. In that case, we should have been boycotted the NFL or the NCAA because they won't pay the players. But that's another discussion. But I do also, I mean, I don't know exactly what to do in this situation because it's like a boycotting is cool, but it will be, unless everybody is in alignment, it's not going to work because you may have a few thousand who will do it and everybody else is going to sneak watch.
Yeah.
But I do also would say this. I think this is going to be more with the players versus the audience as well, because I also understand this is going to be hard for a lot of players to do, but I kind of go back to, like, what was that, in the 70s? 60s, 70s when Muhammad Ali said, "I'm not going to Vietnam."
Yeah.
And when he decided not to do that, and they wanted to out him, they took his boxing license, things like that. You had Jim Brown, you had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you had guys like that who came to him and said, "Look, we're not gonna let our man go out like that, though. So if y'all gonna do that to him, we got his back still."
Right.
And I think that's what it's going to take. But there's so much divide in the NFL because you have your Ray Lewis's who are like, "Oh no, I'm gonna go along to get along," and then you got your Richard Shermans who gonna talk, say, "Nah, it's not right."
Right. Even Marshawn actually is on side. You know what I'm saying, on Colin's side. I heard him today too. On I guess he was on what's my man Conan O'Brien show. I saw the interview. It was a little clip, so I didn't get to see the whole thing, but it looked like it was pretty interesting, man. It looked like it's pretty interesting. Who was your team?
Oh man, I am actually a Tennessee Titans fan.
Oh.
So we taking the AFC South this year. Just know that.
I'm about to say pause here, man. So you live in Dallas, but you're a Tennessee fan.
Well, see, here's how I'm from Beaumont originally.
Okay, Beaumont, Texas.
And yeah, Beaumont, Texas, and we're about an hour outside of Houston.
Okay.
And I used to be an Oilers fan when I was a kid.
Okay.
I love the Powder Blues, man. So when they moved, I just moved with them.
I got you.
Now my dad is a cowboy, a Fighting Jerry Jones fan.
All right, man. That's fair. So I didn't know Beaumont was closer to Houston, man. All right.
Yeah, about an hour outside of it. To get right to the outskirts is about an hour down the way.
Okay. Yeah, man. We got a couple of Houston folks. We got a podcaster. Like one of our guys, DJ P Phone, just moved down there last week, I think. He was in College Station or something like that before. I think it's College Station.
Oh, he was at A&M. Okay.
Yeah, so he moved down there now. He's in Houston now, but that's where he was. But yeah, man. So yeah, I'm over here talking. To Vince Ryder here talking about when I said I spent thousands of dollars on. He said Falcons football, damn. But he's a Minnesota Vikings fan, so I'm like,
oh, I'm sorry.
I know he ain't in here calling us out. Don't call us out here, buddy. Scold.
Man, I would say, man, Atlanta, that one hurt, man. I don't know how y'all gonna come back from that one.
Oh, we're gonna come back strong, man. I've been looking at the training. We got some more young, hungry guys. Listen, it worked last year coming through, you know what I'm saying? We didn't finish the job. We let the guy get up off the ground, you know what I'm saying? But we do have the strength to get back there again. I say that. I predicted it last year. I predicted again this year. I ain't never scared. I put the money where the Falcons are because I believe we got that.
All right, man, we gonna see. I gotta make sure Carolina don't come up. I don't know about the Saints. I think the Saints are pretty much done with Drew Brees knocking on 50. Yes. Not really, but he's getting up there.
Actually, Tampa Bay got a pretty decent looking squad right now.
They do, but I think they're still. I always say Tampa Bay on paper look great. It's just the execute. I don't know. It's like I think they need some more as far as coaching on how to get the talent in the right, the right positions to be successful.
Yeah. So yeah, coaching wise, you know what I'm saying, that was our old freaking offensive coordinator and then our old head coach. You know what I'm saying? So they know us pretty well, but they don't know us well because it's a whole new scheme, a whole new regime. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
man, y'all got Mr. Drunk Man himself. Was it Steve Sarkisian as OC?
Hey, man, that's the X factor. We want to see how Steve do. But you know what? Man, I believe it's gonna be straight, man. Who your college team? Who?
Oh man, okay. So I remember I used to be a big Miami fan back in the day, especially what is it, from 2000 on up. But I also like Tech because of the uniform. So I mean, honestly, I just like college ball overall. So I don't really have a actual college team. I just like watching the games. That's pretty much it.
So you was a Johnny football dude back in the day?
No. Nah, Texas. Nah, not A&M. Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
The Red Raiders. Yes.
Yeah.
I used to want to go there though. That's probably why, because I used to want to go and play ball there. but I didn't get into tech right away. So I was like, oh well. But yeah, man, you know, when I was playing, I just wanted to play in college, and that'll be that. I'll walk away. But
you say you played?
No, so I waited too late to play. So I had eligibility issues when I finally tried out and made a team, because I actually tried out at Lamar when they brought their team back.
Right.
Back in like 2010. But by that time, I was out of college for going on 5. I had just hit 5 years by the time I was going to graduate, so I wasn't going to be able to play anyway.
Right. What size are you, man? I'm looking at the pictures. I thought you, man. I'm looking at you like about Allen Iverson size. So you must got a little bulk on you. What position you was going up for? What you play?
I was a running back then.
Oh.
Right now I stand about 5'8", 185, something like that.
Okay. All right. That's good, man. You must be a little fast out there too, huh? You out there like a Warren Dunn or something out there.
Yeah, man. You know, back I was a little shifty and all that stuff. Now I don't know, man. It's been a minute. It's been a long time. So.
Yeah, man. So when it comes to your show that you do, as far as your organization for the, you know what I'm saying, your topics, you know what I'm saying, because like I said, today I said we freestyle, we just gonna roll with it, boom, boom, boom. I had a couple things, a couple bullet points, but I knew I feed off of, you know what I'm saying, you, and then you feed off me, and you know, pretty much as always, there's so much information and so much stuff through the week, man. It's always good. How do y'all go as far as talking 30 a certain is it relationship topics or what?
Well, we're talking 30, so like I'll take the last show that we did, which we also store that on Spreaker as well. But I'll go over current events, because one thing I like to do is I like to keep people current with certain things that are going on. If it's pop culture, it's just for fun. You know, we're going to make jokes about it. Other than that, if it's something like highly political or local that I feel people should be aware of or read more on, I'll present that as well. And then we'll bring in the questions. So like this past week, we asked about, is there a catch-22 when you are a quote-unquote black professional? And what I meant by that was like, you don't exactly fit into the corporate world, but then you can't really go back and mingle amongst a lot of your people either. Because one, you feel uppity, and the other one, you're not good enough. So what do you know, is there a catch-22 with that? And so we discussed that around us, because a lot of us are professionals. A lot of us work in corporate jobs, so we talk about our experiences in it. And then from there, our female co-host with Ashley, she'll discuss a focus of a week, which is what, you know, things that you should focus on throughout, you know, as you're going through your life, or, you know, as you're continuing to go day to day, and so on and so forth.
Right.
Then, of course, we may have a relationship topic. So, like this last one was, is it a deal breaker if, let's say, you're married, correct?
Yeah, I'm married. Yep.
Okay. So, if you were just dating, is it a deal breaker if she doesn't get along with your friends or someone in your family? Yeah.
Woo, let's see, someone in my family, or because let me see, or friend.
Let's say someone close to you that you hang with all the time, so like a cousin or your mom or your father, or you know, someone like that.
Wow, man, that's a tough one, man. What I like to hear. Well, on my side, I'm gonna say my piece, and then I want to hear what your show was actually saying. But on my side, I think I'm a harmonious guy, man. So I like harmony, you know, amongst everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like I would feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? It would be almost like my friend versus my wife, and or my cousin versus my wife, and then I just have to stop hanging with my cousin or my friend to, you know what I'm saying, to get with my wife. Now that's in the beginning. So. Mm-hmm. If it developed later on, where, okay, I'm with my wife, and then all of a sudden she said, you know what, I don't like your cousin, or I don't like your brother, then that is just something that I would just have to deal with, because it's already my wife, and that's something that happened afterwards. But going into it and knowing it, it might be a deal breaker. I don't know, man. That's woo. What did you say, man? What was your panel saying? Oh, man. I mean,
a lot of people said no, it's not, because, you know, it's in between. So it's one of those things, like if it's someone you're dating and you're really into her or him, or whoever you're into, and it's a situation where they're doing stuff for you that